Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. In this video we are going to learn about divisibility test, and this topic is very important in mathematics because in various scenarios we come across division problems and we find it difficult to determine if a given digit can divide into another given digit, especially when the numbers in concern are a bit larger. So with this, we can easily be able to determine firsthand whether a number can divide into a given number or not. And the rules are just simple. I'm going to list out some digits which we are going to test when they can divide into a number and when they cannot divide into a given number. So starting with the first digit, we have 2. So the digit 2, a number is said to be divisible by 2 if the last digit in that number is 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 0. So simply we can say if the last digit in the number is even or 0, then that number can be divided by 2. And secondly, we have 3. So we say a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits in it is divisible by 3. So no matter how large a number is, if the sum of the digits in the number is divisible by 3, which is easier, it is easier to divide the sum of the digits in the number by 3 than dividing the number by 3 to see whether it's divisible or not. Because no matter how large the number is, summing the digits in the number will not be as large as the number itself. And this will give you an upper hand in seeing whether a number can be divisible by 3 or not, no matter how big the number is. Then moving to the next digit, which is 4. Now a number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits in it together is divisible by 4. So in any given number, if the last two digits together is divisible by 4, then we say that entire number is divisible by 4. So the next number is 5, and a number is divisible by 5 if the last digit is 5 or 0. So if the last digit in a number is 5 or 0, then that number can be divisible by 5. And then moving forward, we have 6. So a number is said to be divisible by 6 if it complies with the divisibility of 2 and 3. So if the number is divisible by 2 and 3, then it's divisible also by 6. Then we say a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. So if the number is divisible by 3 and is divisible by 2, then we say the number is divisible by 6. But if the number is divisible by one of these two and is not divisible by the other, then it's not divisible by 6. So it must be divisible by 2 and 3 altogether before it is said to be divisible by 6. Then after 6, we have 10. A number is divisible by 10 if the last digit is 0. So if the last digit in a number is 0, then we say the number is divisible by 10. So let's quickly see an example to summarize and to check how valid these divisibility test rules are. So let's see an example. So we are given this problem to check if 6432 is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take note that when we say a number is not divisible by a given digit, we don't mean that you cannot divide that number by that given digit. But what we mean is dividing that number by that digit is not going to give a whole number, and we are going to have a decimal fraction. So that is just what it means, that a number is not divisible by a given number. And when we say a number is divisible by a given number, that means when dividing the number by that given number, we are going to have a whole number as our result. So starting with 2, a number is divisible by 2 if the last digit in the number is even or 0. So and the last digit in this number is 2, which is even and is in between 2, 4, 6, 8. So this number in turn is divisible by 2. And the result of this number divided by 2 is 3, 2, 1, 6. The next digit is 3. So to determine if 6432 is divisible by 3, we say the sum of the digits in the number should be divisible by 3. Now let's sum the digits in the number. We have 6 plus 4, which is 10, plus 3, that's 13, plus 5 plus 2, that's 15. So and 15 is divisible by 3. So in turn, this number is divisible by 3. 6432 divided by 3 is 2144, which is a whole number. So that means this is valid also. Now let's checking if this number is divisible by 4. Now the rule for testing the divisibility of 4 is if the last two digits together in the number is divisible by 4, then the entire digit is divisible by 4. And the last two digits here is 32. So and 32 divided by 4 is 8. So that means it is divisible by 4. And when we divide 6432 by 4, we have 1608. And followed by 4, we have 5. For 5, the rule is the last digit should be a 0 or a 5. So in this case, the last digit is not a 0 and it's not a 5. So this digit is not divisible. So we say this is divisible, this is divisible, this is divisible, and this is not divisible because the result of this is going to be a decimal, which is 1286.4. That means it's not divisible by 5. So this number is not divisible by 5 because we have a decimal fraction. Now moving to 6, the rule for 6 is the number should be divisible by 2 and 3, which is true here. So that means this number is divisible by 6. And the result when dividing this number by 6 is 1072. So which means it's divisible also. And lastly, we have 10. Now to check if this number is divisible by 10, we say the last digit in the number should be a 0, which is not true in this case. So this means this number is not divisible by 10. And when we divide this number by 10, our result is 643.2, which means it's not divisible by 10. So you can see in these two cases, we have a decimal fraction as our result, which means the number is not divisible by these two digits, 5 and 10. With this, we've come to the end of this video. Make sure you like this video, share it with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe, as I am going to be posting very beneficial contents with respect to mathematics and even science. So stay tuned till we meet in my next video. Bye.